Seems that we are, Terry.
Are we live? I can barely see my screen. Oops. Yes, we are live. Hello, hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to Angel Speakers Interpretado en Español. What a great day to be alive. What a great day to be together. I'm here with the host of this show, Lily Ortega. Hello, Lily.
Hola. Hola. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Bienvenidos a Angels Speakers Interpretado en Español.
And we have a special guest with us today. Danielle Proulx is with us, and we'll be getting to her and her beautiful energy and hearing her story in just a bit. We're so glad that you're here. Lily, did you have some music for us to play to give people time to find the show? Or do you want me to play something?
Yes, please, Terry.
Okay, in just a moment. We're going to share just a short song. If you would just share this out while the music's playing. And then after that, the angels have a special message for everyone today. So I'll be channeling that through for us. And it will be interpreted in 2 different languages today, not just Spanish, but also in French. If I can see my screen, I'm going to share the music. Here it is. Okay, so while this song plays, please share this out to your friends, your page on Facebook, your messages if you want. Let's see, we are going to play this song, which I dearly love.
Come to the water.
Whoops,
where everyone. Come to the water where everyone, everywhere is valued, seen, and treated equally. And
okay, that wasn't the song, that was me talking. So let me see if I can find that song. Here it is.
Come to the water where you will find peace. Take a step into the river. Get down on your knees. Come to the mountain while taking in the view. You will find that life is greater than you knew. When you go through the storm, I will hold you, keep you warm. When you stay in the night, I will shelter, I will fight, I will fight. You're broken and you're shattered at the point of no return. You pick up the pieces and you let the bridges burn. So come to the water, you're sailing with the breeze. Take a step into the river where you will find peace. Where you go through the storm, I will hold you, keep you warm. When you stay in the night, I will shelter, I will fight. Oh yeah, I will fight. When you go through the storm, I will will find peace. Take a step into the river and get down on your knees.
What a beautiful song that is. And coming to the water is all about trust. And that's what the angels want us to focus on today, on trust and what that means, what that looks like. It looks different for each of us. So I'm just going to ask them to talk about that, because that's what I'm hearing is the message for us.
Nos está diciendo Terry que ella siente que los ángeles y arcángeles el día de hoy quieren hablar con nosotros acerca de la confianza. Eso es lo que ella está percibiendo en estos momentos.
Terry va prendre quelques minutes après la chanson pour faire une connexion avec ses anges, puis faire un message de canalisation. La chanson que vous avez entendue avant, c'était la chanson de « Viens me rejoindre à l'eau », de faire confiance, puis de suivre notre instinct et de retourner à la nature. Donc, on revient avec le message des anges.
Dear ones, we're giving the image right now, and if you would just focus on a kernel of corn, that corn doesn't see itself as separate. It knows that it is inside this group that is growing together. It's not separate from the whole piece of the corn. It is part of, and just one kernel by itself is unique. It's beautiful, but it is not alone. It is so surrounded by others that are just like it. And we want you to see yourself as that kernel of corn. We want you to see yourself as unique, as beautiful, going through what you're going through, experiencing every life experience. But at the same time, you are connected in with everything else that's on that corn. You are not alone, and you never will be. You will never be left to your own devices, to your own walk through life. You will always be held. You will always have angels around you. You will always have your spirit guides with you. When you see yourself and you think, oh, nobody understands this journey, you just pause and see yourself as part of the whole, not as just one piece out there floating in the world all by yourself, because you are not. You're not alone. You're not left alone. And when you can feel the part of the whole, then you will understand what we're talking about with stepping out in faith, stepping out in trust, and letting us help guide you. We can do it with your help. We can be there every minute of your life, but you have to be the one to take that step in faith, to say, I trust you, I hear you, I want to know you more, and know this path that I'm on is the direction that I am to be going. And we will always be there. Trust that when you hear these words, feel it in your heart and know them to be true. We're always with you. So it is.
Queridos míos, en estos momentos estoy viendo la imagen de un maíz, de un elote, donde cada grano está integrado y todos están juntos para formar uno solo. Recordemos que no estamos separados. Recordemos que estamos dentro de un colectivo, dentro de un grupo y que estamos creciendo juntos, rodeados unos de otros y de mucho amor. Queremos que te veas así, conectado con todo lo que está a tu alrededor, los seres vivos, la naturaleza, hasta los insectos más insignificantes, los más chiquitos, hasta lo más grande que es el universo. Recuerda que nunca te dejaremos solo. Siempre te abrazaremos nosotros, tus ángeles, tus arcángeles, tus espíritus, tus guías espirituales. Y recuerda que cuando en esos momentos donde tú creas que nadie te entiende, recuerda que estamos aquí para ayudarte y estamos aquí para escucharte. Y que no nada más nosotros estamos aquí, hay muchas personas a tu alrededor que te pueden ayudar también. Haz un paso hacia adelante y cree, ten confianza, ten fe. Confía, nosotros te escuchamos. Siente todo esto desde tu corazón, con mucho amor. Así sea. And so be it.
Donc, le message, c'est en forme de métaphore. Donc, on parle de... ce qu'ils nous ont donné comme image, c'est vraiment un épi de blé d'Inde. Donc, chaque petit morceau d'épi de blé d'Inde ne se demande pas s'il fait partie de la gang, du groupe. Il sait. Chaque morceau d'épi est unique. Chaque morceau d'épi est là pour une raison. Donc, ce qu'il nous disait, c'est qu'ils sont toujours là, sont toujours près de nous, sont toujours là pour nous aider, sont toujours là prêts à nous faire avancer. Donc, il faut faire confiance. Il faut le sentir dans notre cœur. On fait partie du tout, chaque personne, et on est unique, et c'est la beauté. Je trouve que c'est une super de belle métaphore. Donc, quand on est capable de sentir l'amour dans notre cœur, on vient qu'on réalise le savoir. On fait juste le savoir, puis on est plus en sécurité. Donc, c'est de encore faire confiance. Puis, ils sont toujours avec nous. Donc, ce qu'ils veulent nous dire, c'est que dans tout ce qu'on passe à travers, ils sont toujours là. C'est à nous de leur demander. C'est à nous de faire confiance puis de croire qu'ils sont avec nous. Donc, c'est ça. Et c'est ainsi.
So beautiful, ladies. Thank you. Thank you. What an honor to have this go out in different languages so that those who need to hear it can hear it being said where they can understand it. Thank you both so much.
Gracias a ti, Terry.
Merci.
No, gracias a ti. Thank you. Yeah, se siente muy hermoso el escuchar el mensaje de los ángeles en dos idiomas, en español y en francés. Entonces estamos uniendo más los mundos, estamos uniendo más la gente y es el idioma tiene energía, el lenguaje tiene energía y ahorita estamos uniendo las energías de amor y luz. Yes, thank you, gracias. So I was just saying that, yeah, it's beautiful that with language there are no barriers. That basically language and words are energy, and right now we are uniting our energies in love and light. So it's beautiful. Thank you, Danielle, and thank you, Terry.
Merci. Merci, Terry. Merci, Lily.
So Lily, would you introduce our guest of the day?
Sure. Yes. Danielle Proulx Many of us know that she is the beautiful soul who is in charge of Enlightened World Network Francais. And those of you who don't know, well, she is the person who works with us in Enlightened World Network Francais, which is a new channel that was launched recently, a couple of months ago, right, Danielle?
In June, actually, in the beginning of June.
At the beginning of June. And I would like to, for those of you who don't know who Danielle is, I would like to tell you who Danielle is. And later she's going to share more of who she is with her story. Danielle is a bilingual life transition and evolution coach. She's a certified advanced conscious emotional freedom technique practitioner. Danielle is a certified emotional success coach specialist. She's also a Reiki Master. Danielle is an agent of unconditional love and mindfulness meditation guide. She loves utilizing evidence-based and trauma-informed energy psychology-EFT techniques combined with quantum physics, the power of intention, energetics, and neuroscience. And there is much more. And something that caught my attention too is that I understand that Danielle works with animals, with pets. So that's amazing. There is so much that Danielle is doing, so that we are going to hear about. But I'm going to say it in Spanish now.
Go ahead. Thank you.
Danielle es bilingüe y ella trabaja en la transición de vida y es una coach de evolución. También está certificada en la conciencia avanzada de lo que se llama EFT, que es la técnica de liberación emocional. También está certificada en lo que se le llama Emotional Success, que es éxito emocional. Es especialista, es una coach en esto. También es ¿cómo se le llama? Master, es una maestra en Reiki. También Danielle es una agente de amor incondicional y es una guía de meditación, como le llamamos Mindfulness. Y ella le encanta utilizar lo que se llama evidencia, basado en evidencia y también de trauma, lo que se le llama basado en trauma y en evidencia. Le gusta utilizar este tipo de prácticas y de técnicas. Y también le gusta utilizar la psicología de la energía con lo que se llama EFT, las técnicas de liberación emocional. Y esto lo combina con lo que le llamamos quantum physics, la física cuántica. También el poder de la intención, lo que se le llama Epigenetics, y también neurociencia. Hay mucho más que decir de lo que hace Danielle, pero también algo que me llamó a mí mucho la atención es que trabaja con animales, con perros y con muchos otros animales. Así es de que bienvenida, Danielle. Reading your bio is just, I was just kind of like having a lot of thoughts, because a lot of the things that you do are things that we have been doing in Angels Speakers, trauma-informed, and many things that I read about your bio, we have been doing in Angels Speakers. So it's great. It will be great to hear your story. Welcome.
Thank you. And you have such a beautiful language. I was just listening to the pronunciation. I was like, oh, it's beautiful. Thank you. Yes. So where do you want me to start? as you can see, there's a lot of things that I've done, and I'm still learning. I'm a very curious person. I've always been, since I guess a child, I was told, very imaginative, very creative, into my imagination. I used to be called the dreamer when I was a young kid, and I thought that was funny. Because yes, today I say that I can dream and create my world as I want. Now, I chose behind me, my background, I specifically chose to bring this little girl that represents me, because I do believe that she's with me all the time. I believe in joy, bringing joy to this world is important to me, bringing lightness, bringing playfulness back. So she's a reminder. And the little star that she has, and going up, that was me. Like, I had such a great upbringing and always thought and believed that I could reach the stars and do whatever I wanted. So that's where it all comes from. And as an adult, well, geez, I started my healing journey in 2002. And that's when I discovered Reiki. That was my first modality that I used for myself, and then decided to share it with the world. So that for me was just working with the energy was just natural for me. It was just like the right timing in my life. And you'll see that as I'm going through my life, it all connects, right? I've been doing all kinds of jobs. I've worked, but I've always worked in the field of helping people. There was always that, how can I help somebody else? How can I make their life happier or easier? Or how can I help them transition through different stages of their life? It could be from going to high school to college. That is a transition, right? And those are all part of who I am, what I went through. So to say that this is what I do today is totally normal, because we all go through changes. We all go through transitions and we evolution, but it's how we do it. And I think this is what life has brought me. Life has brought me all these experiences, different jobs experience, meeting different people to help me to understand what it's like, so to better help others also. My curious mind has always got me to live amazing experience. I say in my bio that, it says in my bio that I'm soul-led, and yes. I used to not call it that way. I used to call it's my intuition, right? It's my little voice. And today I know it's my soul that led me all the way, and it's still leading me. I have a stronger connection with it today. So this is what, it's a very short story. Very short story. But the other piece behind me, you see, celebrate collective consciousness. This is what I believe in. We all have a part to do. We're all here to help each other out, and we all have a gift or a message to share. And together, we're much stronger. And I think that people are opening up to new ways, new ideas, and that's what I want to bring to people. Also with Enlightened World Network Francais is having French, right? And a French channel. And also opening up the mind, expanding the mind, opening up the heart, and just be curious. Again, you hear me saying that word, just be curious. Come back to that curious mind. It will always serve you, whatever you do in life.
Yes.
So I don't know what else you would like to know.
Well, let me translate, and then
Oh.
I'm sure Terry, it's okay. I'm used to just follow.
Okay.
And after that, I'm sure, we will go back to Terry to see what she has to say.
Okay. Yes.
Danielle nos dice que ella siempre desde muy chiquita tuvo mucha curiosidad, que tuvo una mente creativa y mucha imaginación, y que la llamaban a ella dreamer, soñadora, y que esa imagen que tiene atrás de ella, que está una niña y una estrella, esta niña la representa a ella, por eso ella escogió esa imagen para compartirla con todos ustedes, porque ella quiso compartir con ustedes que ella es esa niña. A ella le encanta la diversión, la alegría, las cosas ligeras, por decirlo así, traer ligereza a la vida suya y de los demás. Es juguetona. Y ella nos dice que con esta imagen de la estrella es como para decirnos, vamos a alcanzar a esta estrella. Podemos nosotros alcanzar a esta estrella. Ahora ella nos comenta que como adulta, ella empezó su jornada de sanación desde el año 2002 con Reiki, con la práctica de Reiki. Empezó a hacerla ella misma y luego la empezó a compartir con los demás para ayudar a los demás. Y ella nos dice cómo poco a poco todo en su vida se empezó a interconectar. Todo lo que hacía empezó a tener sentido y a conectarse unas cosas con otras. Empezó a ayudar a gente, ayudando a la gente a la ligereza, a que su vida sea más fácil de la manera en la que ella puede ayudar con los retos que las personas tengan. Y ella dice que como todos siempre estamos en transición. Por ejemplo, cuando vamos de la secundaria o de la secundaria a la preparatoria o de la preparatoria a la universidad. Eso, la vida de nosotros está llena de transiciones todo el tiempo. Es una jornada de transición donde se empiezan ciclos y donde se terminan ciclos. Y lo importante es saber cómo sobrellevamos estas transiciones. Entonces también nos comenta que ella, con todas las experiencias que ha tenido, con todo lo que le ha pasado en su vida, ella ha ayudado a, todo lo que le ha pasado a ella, le ha ayudado a ella a poder entender y ayudar a los demás. Y también nos comenta cómo ella tiene lo que tiene allá atrás que dice Celebrate Collective Consciousness, celebremos una conciencia colectiva. Ella nos habla que ella tiene una mente consciente y que es guiada por el alma, soul led, guiada por el alma, guiada por la intuición, y que a medida que pasan los años su intuición se ha vuelto más fuerte. Cada vez ha sido más fuerte esa conexión con su intuición. Ella nos dice que todos unidos, todos juntos, somos más fuertes. Together we are stronger. Y luego también nos comenta cómo, ya mencionamos, es parte de Enlightened World Network Francais, que es lo que vino ella a ayudarle a servir a más gente, porque este canal llega a más gente y entonces ella puso todo eso junto para poder alcanzar a más gente y, como decimos, alcanzar a las estrellas y alcanzar a más gente. Y ella, su intención es expander la mente, el corazón y sí, al final el propósito es poder servir a más gente, poder servir a los demás. So, gracias, Danielle. Terry, is there, I know I have things to ask or talk, but I want to give you I have been translating, so please say whatever you feel to say.
Thank you, and thank you for that beautiful translation. I was just listening to the words, and even though I don't understand the language, the meaning of it, I get it. I get the gist of what you're saying, and it was so beautiful. And Danielle, thank you for being here and for sharing your beautiful story. I have two things. One of them, I don't know if you have met one of our soul sisters at Enlightened World. Her name is Niobe Weaver. And as I was listening to you talk about your curiosity, Niobe just came into my mind because she always talks about that sense of wonder, of the awe, and just the wonder about the beauty of earth and the beauty of life and the soul. And the two of you have that same energy, that same flavor. And I just love that because I've had that my whole life as well. Just the wonder and awe of being here. What a miracle just to be alive.
Mhm.
And so I love that. And I love that you shared about that from your very beginning, how you had that curiosity to know and that wondering about things and how is everything falling into synchronicity? How is everything working together? And then the second thing I wanted to comment on is the collaboration. Collaboration is what is absolutely necessary for us these days. It's no longer an option for us to really get the message of love and peace and joy out into the world. It takes working with each other. And just like what the angels were telling us in that opening message, we're not alone. We might see ourselves as unique and different. You look different from me, I look different from you, but we are all part of that one piece of the universe, that one collective energy. And when we realize that, then we can begin the work of spreading that message of love and hope and joy out into the world together. And together it is expanded and it is brought into a bigger picture. And I just love that there's more and more people realizing that in the world. And thank you. Thank you for what you are doing and how you're working in this collective now known as Enlightened World Network. And we're all doing the same thing. We're all reaching out. We're all offering our little piece of whatever our experiences are, whatever our life is looking like. We're giving that as our means of connecting with each other and saying, I can share my journey with you. This is what I'm doing, or this is what I've been through. And it's all a part of the divine plan that we are to do that. We are to work with each other and not against each other. And when we can start working as a collaborative effort with each other, that's when we're going to bring in more peace on earth, which is my mission. My huge mission in life is to focus on that and see what works together to bring that to fruition, to really make it happen. And I'm seeing more and more every day of peace showing up in our world. And that makes my heart happy. So I just want to thank you for sharing your story and for those two parts, especially of what I heard. My takeaway are those two things, the awe and wonder and the working together as a collective. Thank you.
Thank you. Lily, are you translating?
Yes, but yeah, let me translate first. So
Yeah.
I was going to say, yeah, you can go first, but then I'm going to just get confused here. Sí, nos dice Terry que quiere mencionarle a Danielle el nombre de Niobe Weaver. Ella es parte del Enlightened World Network. Y Niobe Weaver es una trabajadora de luz que siempre está como en awe, siempre está como con curiosidad, con ese sentido de curiosidad. Y entonces a Terry se le vino a la mente el nombre de Niobe porque cree que Niobe y Daniel pueden tener el mismo tipo de energía. Y otra cosa que Terry nos menciona también, la importancia de la colaboración. Y es lo que nos mencionaron los ángeles el día de hoy, el colaborar, el estar juntos, el recordar que no estamos solos. Y que dice Terry que la colaboración en estos tiempos no es una opción, es, digamos, casi, por decirlo así, una obligación, es algo que se debe hacer. También nos dice Terry que cuando estamos juntos, entonces es más fácil ver como dijo ella, the bigger picture, la foto más grande. Se puede ver más allá de lo que nuestros ojos pueden percibir digámoslo, en el momento físico en el que estamos. También nos dice Terry que la importancia de compartir nuestra jornada, nuestra historia, como en este caso Daniel, comparte parte de su historia. Su historia es muy larga, pero nos compartió parte de su historia y eso también es muy bonito para nosotros podernos conectar un poco más con ella, lo que ella es y lo que ella hace. Y nos dice Terry que nos menciona cómo ella con su jornada de paz en la tierra, Terry, también está compartiendo parte de su jornada por medio del tour de la paz en la tierra. Y yes, so yeah, I wrote something that I would like to ask you later, Danielle, but it's just one question, but please go ahead and share whatever you feel to share.
Yes, I wanted to answer to Terry also. I did not meet Naomi, but I've seen her in her meditation and talking with when she came in on as guests. So yeah, I did feel her energy, and I did listen to her message also. So yeah, probably we're gonna meet down the road somewhere somehow.
Well, I'm sure you will.
Yes.
Yeah, and if I can help, if you'd like an introduction, I can virtually introduce you, because it's that same energy that's in both of you, just that beautiful wonder. And I love the flavor of that. It's so beautiful.
Yeah. And when you were talking about the bigger picture, just to share something, it seems like the last 20 years of my life, learning new skills, work experience, life experience, the last 20 years of my life have been, this is how it's been explained to me by my guides and by my team, because I have a team and I call them my board of directors. And when we sit at the tables, because we have decisions to make. So what I was told was the last 20 years of my life, I always felt like I had to do everything fast, move, take a new job, try this new course. And I always followed it, not knowing every time where it would bring me, but I still followed it. And today, now that I understand, because what they explained to me is you had to go through this 20 years of fast learning because to see the bigger picture. And how I see the bigger picture, I really see the universe like a playing field. Like I play with people. We can have fun. We can design. So that's how I see the world and my life. Actually, I can decide to, like a game, if I want to. Sometimes it's not fun because we have to take 2 steps back, but I mean, sometimes it's fun because you're going up the ladder like there or sliding down. So for me, that's how I see it. That's my interpretation. And now I've been asked that before even meeting the Enlightened World family, I was asked, and I just felt like I needed to do something with a bigger impact. It's nice, my job, my work, what I bring to this world. I'm not putting that aside because I love what I do. I enjoy it. But I've always known that there has to be a bigger impact. And I think that's why I needed to go through all of this 20 years to eventually understand and accept it. And accept it and say, it's okay. You're not alone. You're not doing it by yourself. There's a team, there's a family, there's a lot of people and souls out there just cheering you on. So I just wanted to share these 2 pieces that when you mentioned that's what came. And I said, yes, I really want to get that message out. That's my story.
Yes, Danielle. a Daniel se le vinieron 2 ideas a la mente mientras Terry estaba compartiendo lo que le llegaba al corazón. Nos dice Daniel que en los últimos 20 años ella ha estado en un proceso muy rápido donde ha aprendido muchas nuevas cosas, nuevas habilidades, y que ella tiene un grupo, como le llama ella, Board of Directors, un grupo directivo que la dirige, su grupo celestial, si así le queremos llamar, que la dirige y le dice por dónde ir. Y ella dice que como a muchos de nosotros nos sucede, que seguimos el flujo de la vida, a veces sin saber qué sigue más adelante, como decía Terry al principio, con confianza, with trust, con confianza, y nada más seguir el flujo de la vida de esa manera, a veces sin saber qué sigue más adelante. Y sí, dice que los últimos 20 años han sido un aprendizaje muy rápido y que de esta manera ella ha podido ver lo que Terry mencionaba hace rato de Big Picture. Esto le ha ayudado a ver más allá de lo que ella veía antes, y como ella dice que sí, que encuentra esa también conexión con el universo. A ella le encanta todo eso que implica ver más allá, lo que no podemos percibir con nuestros ojos o físicamente. Y como yo ya había mencionado antes, le gusta mucho jugar, le gusta mucho la imaginación, se le da muy fácil. Y dice que no es fácil, como a todos nos sucede, a veces estás arriba de la escalera, a veces estás abajo, pero eso es parte de la vida, y nos comenta cómo ella se da cuenta ahorita que todo lo que le ha sucedido ha sido por algo y que la ha traído al punto donde ella está para poder crear un impacto más grande en el mundo y llegar a más gente. Yeah. Yes. So, Terry, you're welcome. Terry, is there anything that you would like to say or ask?
Well, I know that this is a new venture for you, Danielle, and congratulations, because it has gone off to a wonderful start and a big bang of bringing in the channel that you are on, EWN Francais. And I just want to thank you for being a part of the family, but also for creating this expansion of moving it outward to a different audience, a different culture. And I just see you as like a dragonfly. The dragonfly brings a message, and that's what you do. You bring the message of love, of hope, of joy, of the oneness. And all I want to do is thank you for what you're doing and living out your purpose. And really, when we feel into why we're here, so many people ask that, why am I here? What am I doing in this lifetime? When we find that purpose and we live it every day, then miraculous things happen. And I see that in your life. I see that miraculous things are opening up for you and for us being a part of that. So just gratitude, so much gratitude for you and what you're doing and what you're bringing. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Yes. So Danielle, okay, let me just say what Terry said. I was going to ask a question. Terry nos está diciendo que ella, cuando escucha hablar a Daniel, se le viene la imagen de una dragonfly, de un ser de luz, de una luciérnaga, que es una, en este caso la ve a Daniel como una persona que está viviendo su propósito de vida y lo vive con mucha, como se dan cuenta, con mucho gozo, con mucha alegría, y que por ello la felicita y le agradece por todo lo que ella está trayendo ahorita a la comunidad de Enlightened World Network. Y yo, and so what I want to ask you, Danielle, because I know Terry recently has been working on this. I read I heard that you also work with life transition. So, like, because I know Terry is taking a course for death doula. I didn't know there are death doula. I guess I didn't hear that name before. As a hospice social worker, I know that there are people who are there at that time. But anyway, I am just very curious. So how have you worked with the life transition? What do you mean with that?
Well, I've worked for different transitions, people going through the different stages. Sometimes it's just like the fear, right? The fear of the not knowing if I choose that direction. Or if I go the other way, it's just not knowing. The unknown really gets people stuck. How would I say that? Just they freeze. They can't move on, because they can't realize that there might be something. And it's not just because they don't want to. Like a lot of times people say, it just doesn't want to make the effort. No, because there's baggage, there's layers that have to be worked. These layers, it's like an onion, right? You peel the onion. Well, when you peel the onion, it's nice, but there's another little peel that has to be done after also. So it's to do it in a safe way, and also in a very respectful way. Now, when we're talking about transition, let's just say life transition, like end of life transition. I've been with people doing energy work. And when we do EFT, also tapping, I was trained into a conscious EFT, which is trauma informed. So to really go step by step, it's not a coaching that you push people to, even though they want to get there, it's not pushing them. It's to actually be there every step of the way. And as they're peeling, right, as they're discovering old paradigms, old beliefs, that they realize it's not them. So we're working through each one of those. And as you're going through end of life, some people are mad. Some people are scared. Some people are concerned for their family and for them. So you work with loss, you work with grief, you work with beliefs also. So I mix energy work with also the meridian, quantum, power of intention. So it's a baggage that I mix for whatever the person needs. But it's really individualized work. It's not a one-stop shop for everyone, right? So we might think we might be going into a direction when we get started, but we soon find out that we might have to go the other way to get to the root, the right goal. So that's what I do. I would say that a lot of parents too, going through transitioning, when their kids either leave them or sick. It's sometimes working with the parents because they blame themselves for a lot of things. So where does that blame come from? And how do you reconnect when it's been there's been too much trauma or too much how can you say that, disconnect? And all through this work, I also work with connecting to it's all about empowering the other person. That's what I believe is the right way to do it, because we don't know if it's the right way for them. I know it's right for me, and sometimes I don't even know. I realize it down the road. So it's all about empowering them, showing them that they can do it, being the cheerleader with them also, and taking the steps back when it's too much, and allowing it also to say, whoa, okay, this is going too fast. So we're going to just take a pause and reevaluate. Is this the right move for us right now? And I say us because we work as a team, right? So it could be for a lot of things. There's a lot of transition, and every transition, we say transition, but every transition is a loss of something. You have to put something aside or you have to let go. So it's a loss. So we have to take the time to do the grieving process for each little or big loss. There's big and small trauma. It's the same thing with loss. So yeah, so it's really individualized work, and I mix with everything that I mentioned.
It sounds very interesting to mix the energy work with the quantum techniques and the power of intention. You know, these are all things that I hear about and that I practice, but I just never thought of putting everything together.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of it, is we think it should be done in a certain way, right? And I used to believe that too when I was working in one type of field, until I realized that who am I? Who am I to say it should be done that way? And that's actually a teenager that taught me that, because he asked me, who are you to tell me this is the way it should be done? And I went, oh, you're so right. And that was one of the biggest lessons in my life. And I respect that boy for stepping up and saying, no, it's not because you're an adult that's going to work for me. You don't know my story. You don't know who I am really. I'm just finding out as I'm going along. That's what he was going through. So he taught me right away in the beginning of my career to never assume that there's one way of doing things, and there's so many options out there. It's just to find the right fit. And you know what, another thing, sometimes you might find the right fit and you might do the right things, but it's not the right time or the right environment. And it has nothing to do if you're good or bad. We all have to look at everything. We're all part of something much bigger than just our little person.
Yes, and some of the things, some of the key words that I stay with of what you share is the not knowing the unknown. We are always there with uncertainty, right? Another thing that you mentioned, safety. How important is for our clients to feel safe? Because just like we were talking about trust today, for them to be able to trust, they have to feel safe. So safety is so important. And then you mentioned trauma informed. That is also so relevant for our work because we all have trauma in different levels. Loss and grief, very important. At least, yeah, you did. We do think that grief and loss is only when somebody passes away or when we get our divorce, or but we are always, like you said, our life is full of transitions, and we always go through that end of cycles, beginning and end of cycles, and we go through loss and grief all the time. And then another thing that you mentioned, how the parents blame. If we are parents, we blame ourselves, and how important it is to work with parents, because we usually tend. I am a teacher, and we focus on helping kids, which is very important because the earlier you help them, when they are really young, the better. But also how important it is to work with the parents, because the children are guided by their parents and their teachers, of course, but it's so important to work with the parents as well. That's so important that you mentioned. And then another thing, the last thing that sounded so important, empowerment. Because like me, as a Montessori teacher, I learned how important it is to teach the children to feel empowered. If you learn that you have power at a very young age, you know that everything is possible, like Terry says always. The world is full of possibilities. So if you are 1, 2, or 3 years old and you somehow know that you are powerful, how powerful is that, right? Right, Terry? Yes.
Coming from that place of being able to trust because you know who you are and what you are. And that's the power, is the knowingness.
Yes. Sí, muy brevemente, I'm going to translate in Spanish briefly. Algunas de las palabras claves que Danielle nos comentó es ella trabaja con energía y la combina con la física cuántica y con el poder de la intención para ayudar a sus clientes. Nos mencionó lo importante que es ella hacer que sus clientes se sientan seguros, que están en un ambiente seguro, safe, para que ellos confíen y puedan compartir con ella sus cosas, las cosas que se les pueden hacer difícil de compartir. También nos mencionó lo importante que es ella trabaja con pérdidas. La vida está llena de transiciones y de pérdidas. Siempre es empezar un ciclo y terminar otro. Y ella trabaja con eso en diferentes jornadas de transición en nuestras vidas. Y también nos menciona la importancia de que los padres no nos culpemos de los errores de nosotros y de nuestros hijos, pero hay que trabajar en nuestro propio trauma para poder ayudarnos a nosotros mismos como padres y así poder ayudar a nuestros hijos. Y por último, and lastly, mencionó el poder del empoderamiento, empowerment. Lo importante que es sentirnos con poder y ella ayuda a sus clientes a tener ese poder. Los ayuda a salirse cuando se sienten atorados, when they are stuck, cuando están atorados en una etapa en su vida, los ayuda a ver cómo hay una salida. A veces no es por aquí, a lo mejor es por acá. So yeah, you help your clients to get out of that feeling of not being empowered or feeling stuck, and to see that there is a possibility. Maybe it's not the way that we have planned, it could be another way. So
Yes.
you kind of help them in that way to get unstuck from that situation and to see that there is always a possibility.
Yes, and I wanted to add one thing that's very important that I forgot to mention is I'm very intuitive. I'm very connected when I'm with somebody or a group. And I take the time to really feel the energy. I'm the type of person that will feel the energy, will sense it. So that helps a lot too, because sometimes people are not aware of what their energy field is all about or what they're projecting. So that's also what I help them recognize. So words are powerful. Energy is also very powerful. And what you're putting out there into the energy field is as powerful as words, even more. You can affect in a good way, or you can affect in a very bad way. So it's up to you. You always have the choice. But once you're aware of that, once you're not aware, you don't know. So I also help people realize this is what's going on. Did you ever think about that? And a lot of people are just surprised. And then I give them tools to how to practice and recognize and become aware, like meditation, like it could be also singing specific songs with specific notes, just tones. So like I said, the body is very, very, I work a lot with the body and the body energy, and also the channeling at the time in the specific meeting session.
Sí, sí. So, Daniel nos dice que ella nos vuelve a hablar de lo importante de la intuición y que ella ha desarrollado mucho la intuición al paso de su vida. Y ella tiene la capacidad de sentir la energía de las personas. Entonces ella trabaja con sus clientes porque muchas veces no estamos conscientes de la energía que irradiamos fuera de nosotros. Entonces ella ayuda a sus clientes a que se den cuenta de la energía que ellos transmiten alrededor y al mundo, y una vez que están conscientes, bueno, les da herramientas como por ejemplo puede ser meditación, puede ser cantar, y muchas otras técnicas para que puedan ellos sentirse su energía. Y como Terry también nos ha mencionado, Danielle nos dice que esa energía que transmitimos, la transmitimos al campo energético, al campo magnético, y que es tan poderoso como las palabras. Entonces, que seamos conscientes, y ella hace conscientes a sus pacientes de la importancia de la energía que transmitimos alrededor, que puede ser positiva o puede ser negativa, y que tratemos de que sea positiva. Y trabaja mucho con el cuerpo y con la energía.
Thank you, Lily. You're amazing. Wow.
I agree. So amazing.
I write my notes. Yes. Yes, Terry. I know you are in your car. You are in your car, right, Terry? Is she there?
I am. I'm on my way to Indiana. I left Colorado earlier this week, and I'm now headed to Indiana to be with my niece, and then going into Kentucky to visit with family.
That's going to feel so good.
It does. It really does. Especially, you know, I've had some physical challenges this week. So it'll be good to be nurtured by family right now, and also to just check on them and see how they're all doing as well.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm sure the audience is happy to also see you, Terry, because we have been wondering how were you doing. So it's good that you are here, so everybody knows that you are safe. You are
Yes,
good.
very safe, on the mend. My sister will be giving me some good medical care when I get to see her. She's in the medical field, so I know that I'll be in good hands with her.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, I know we are at the top of the hour, but I will type into the comments the information, Danielle's information, for our audience who is watching now in live or in the replay, so you can contact and to experience all the beautiful energy and tools that Danielle can share with you and help you move forward from the place where you are. If you are feeling stuck, if you are feeling helpless, if you are feeling that there is no way to move forward, Danielle can help you to move forward. And I know she has a podcast as well that she has had for a while. I will post that into the comments. And remember that in Enlightened World Network Francais, all the things that she has shared, she's putting that in her channel, because she has been able to collaborate with people in her lifetime. So she's bringing all the different things that she has talked about with practitioners that she has met. So yeah, like Danielle, what kind of practitioners do you have in your program? You have all different kinds, correct?
Yes. I have a lot of, like the podcast talks about any type of pivotal moments in your life that, and how did you overcome them? So I have guests coming in and sharing their story and how they decided to, and how did they do it to actually let go of what needed to let go, and to really respect and follow their soul's evolution. So they talk about their transformation and how spirituality got involved in their life, and how they managed to get through life situations that happen. It could be also, there's practitioners that come, they're healers. Others are, it's different modalities. Like I'm reaching out to the people, like I said, like you mentioned, that I've met all over the world. but also there's people reaching out to me and connecting like through Enlightened World Network, which is beautiful. So yeah, so there's a lot of different modalities. So the goal is really to awaken, to enlighten, to educate, to inspire the viewers, the listeners, and to explore different ways of accessing the universal force and our spirituality. So it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it sounds fun to have all those different things, all different kind of fields, they are modalities, but there could be also some kind of fields like shamanism, things related to spirituality, singing. Anyway, yeah, it sounds very expansive, as you mentioned, very, very expansive, right, Terry?
Oh, absolutely. I love it. I love what's coming forth and looking forward to much more that's going to happen there at EWN Francais.
Yes. And it's actually, I was saying also before, the channel has its life of its own. I'm the captain of the ship, and I'm actually flowing and just going with what's coming up. And I'm not pushing anything. So sometimes there's going to be a lot of things going on, and all of a sudden, woof, it's like a wave, right? And that's all in perfect harmony. And you're going to see that, yeah, there's going to be times there's going to be lots of people, and then a little break, and that's fine, because that's the rhythm of life, right? We all need, that's the wave going up and down, up and down. But like I said, it has a life of its own. I'm just the captain trying to steer that ship and keep it going forward.
A beautiful image, and what a beautiful captain to be at the helm. Thank you. Thank you for guiding the energy there.
Yes.
So needed.
Yes, yes. Yes, so I'm just going to say that in Spanish, that Danielle en su tiene podcast, y voy a poner la información en los comentarios, y también en Enlightened World Network Francais, ella tiene diferentes trabajadores de luz que están en diferentes campos, y así que chéquenlo, voy a poner esa información para que lo vean, y ella dice que ella es la capitana del barco nada más, que ella está ahí nada más para supervisar todo, pero que ese canal solito está mágicamente desarrollándose a medida que va creciendo, con gente nueva que la está contactando y gente que ella ya conoció anteriormente. Así que muchas gracias, Danielle, thank you for everything that you have shared today, and I encourage everybody who is watching us to not only follow the podcast and the channel, but also to check the work, the personalized work that Danielle offers to everybody. So please check it out.
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. And thank you, Terry, for showing up. It was just, wow, what a great surprise. Thank you.
I'm so happy that I was able to do so and to feel well enough to come on and be with you all. Thank you again.
And happy to hear that you're feeling better. Yes.
Me too. I don't have time to be sick.
No. Well, now you're going to have to take time to take care.
Oh, I am. I'm doing a lot of self-care. Thank you for that. Yeah, that's so important. If we can't take care of ourselves, then we can't take care of anybody else.
Yes. Whenever you arrive, wherever you arrive, after you check what is happening in your body, I'm sure you are going to be resting and eating whatever your body allows, and just kind of recover little by little. Like, your body is asking you for something, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And sleeping too, because that's really important. And you probably need to rest as well, Terry. You do. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I'm so happy. So happy that the three of us are here. Terry, I appreciate it. And Danielle.
Thank you. Have a great day.
And-
Take care.
Okay, we will see you next week in Angels Speakers interpretado en español. Muchas gracias y hasta pronto. Bye bye.
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 Namaste, y'all.
Namaste, y'all.